The FX series Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette has sparked widespread discussion for its dramatized take on one of the most iconic and tragic American romances of the late 20th century. Among those weighing in is Lisa DePaulo, a journalist who worked closely with John F. Kennedy Jr. at his magazine George during the 1990s. In a candid column for The Hollywood Reporter, DePaulo offered her perspective on the performances, particularly Sarah Pidgeon's embodiment of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, a woman who remained intensely private throughout her life and marriage. DePaulo began by noting that, in her view, the lead actors caused her the least offense compared to other elements of the show. She focused first on Pidgeon's portrayal of Carolyn, explaining that the actress had very little direct source material to draw from. Carolyn never gave a single interview during her time with John, leaving behind an aura of mystery rather than documented personal revelations. DePaulo admitted she didn't know Carolyn intimately. Their interactions were limited to the kind of casual acquaintance that comes from being around a boss's spouse, sitting next to her at dinner parties, stepping out for a smoke together, and observing her in social settings. Despite the limited first-hand knowledge, DePaulo felt Pidgeon succeeded in capturing the essence of who Carolyn was. At 29 during filming, Pidgeon managed to convey Carolyn's sharp intelligence and quick wit. She was, as Pidgeon portrays her, smart as a whip and funny, DePaulo wrote. Beyond that, Pidgeon nailed the indescribable quality that made Carolyn so magnetic, the kind of presence that explained why John, a man surrounded by options and attention, fell head over heels for her. DePaulo described it as an elusive mix of confidence and empathy that made both men and women love her, and she praised Pidgeon for embodying that balance convincingly. DePaulo also gave positive remarks about Paul Anthony Kelly's performance as John F. Kennedy Jr. She highlighted specific physical details, like the way Kelly walked and how he locked up his bike in certain scenes, which mirrored John's real-life mannerisms so closely that they brought her to tears. Kelly captured John's distinctive speaking style in many moments, the unique cadence and intonation that defined his voice. When those elements aligned, DePaulo said she got chills. She credited both the actor and the screenwriters for getting the rhythm of John's banter right, making those exchanges feel authentic. The privacy that Carolyn and John maintained in their relationship was a key theme for DePaulo, much as it was for Pidgeon in preparing for the role. The couple famously held their 1996 wedding in a remote church in Georgia, far from the New York media spotlight, to preserve some semblance of normalcy. Pidgeon explained in interviews that Carolyn's reclusiveness made her character a canvas for projection, both for the public and for the narrative itself. It was a delicate balance, navigating the expectations of being part of the Kennedy family, John's wife, and a public figure without losing herself. Pidgeon told E! News that this dynamic informed her performance, helping her explore how Carolyn managed fame's pressures while staying true to her independent spirit. The series delves into various moments from their lives, blending fact and dramatic license. One scene shows Carolyn impressing Calvin Klein with style suggestions, such as recommending a suit for Annette Bening over a dress for a premiere. While it's unclear if she specifically styled that look, Carolyn was indeed a trusted saleswoman at Calvin Klein, guiding celebrity clients like Bening, Diane Sawyer, and others through collections and earning praise for her eye and sales success. Another moment has her championing Kate Moss for a campaign, reflecting her real-life early support for the model who became synonymous with the brand in the 90s. Their first meeting is dramatized at a 1992 charity gala, where Calvin Klein introduces them, sparks fly, but Carolyn playfully refuses to give her number, saying he knows where to find her. In reality, John visited Calvin Klein for a VIP fitting that spring, invited her to his table at a gala, but a misunderstanding about another woman led her to decline an after-party. They reconnected later, dating through the summer before a long break, only solidifying their bond after Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis's death in 1994. Other scenes include John's lateness to dates, plausible given his forgetful nature, Daryl Hannah's presence in his life, portrayed with some dramatic flair but rooted in their real on-off history, and the tragic incident with Hannah's dog Hank, which John had to handle during a difficult time for his family. The show compresses timelines for pacing, acknowledging the on-again, off-again nature of their early romance but focusing on key emotional beats. DePaulo's reflections add a layer of authenticity to the conversation around the series. As someone who lived through that era at George, she appreciates the effort to capture the couple's chemistry and privacy while recognizing where fiction fills gaps. The portrayals of Carolyn and John, in her eyes, stand out as respectful attempts to honor complex people who left lasting impressions on those around them.